Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. I'm in Tulsa right now, making my way out of this place. It is 3:02 a.m. if I can see that correctly. So this has been a fairly uneventful switch, which I like. So the guy at Winco came up and tapped on my door and told me they only had 2 pallets left. He went ahead and signed my bills. He's like, hey, when we're done, I'll bang on your trailer. Well, I don't think they realize that every time they go in and out of the trailer with their forklift, it sounds like they're banging on my damn trailer. So I couldn't tell if they were banging on the trailer. So I waited about 15-20 minutes. I didn't hear them going in and out of the trailer. And I went back there and I checked, and it looked like the door was still open. I rang the buzzer to try to ask them if they were done. Nothing. So I waited around another 10 or 15 minutes, and finally I got the guts to pull away from the door. So I pulled like a foot away from the door and went back there and checked to see if there's anything in there. There wasn't, and they had closed the door in that 10 to 15 minute period. So I probably wasted about 30 minutes there at Winco. Probably could have left 30 minutes earlier, but hey, you know what? No big deal. That is a load that I will definitely grab again in the future. It's a really easy place to get in and out of, and the load paid really well. Now, I'm not ever gonna do that load for $200. That's just not happening. But I will definitely look for that load again if they're paying, the $800 that they were paying for that load. Even though it was a live load, which kind of pissed me off. That's something I need to message the driver managers about and be like, hey, like if I accept a load and it's a live, if it's a drop and hook and the shipper or receiver switches it over to a live, are you guys going to throw me some extra money or something? Because that's a considerable difference in time. A drop and hook is roughly an hour, and a live load or live unload is roughly 3 hours. They have 3 hours to load or unload before they have to start paying attention. So I'm thinking about just chilling in this middle lane. I don't know. What do you think? Should I get behind that guy over to the right? There's nobody behind us. 3 a.m. It's just me and these fellas. I think I'm just going to chill in this lane for a while. If I see somebody coming up behind me, I'll move over. But, so left Winco, went to Kimberly Clark. The Kimberly Clark people are nice as usual, easy to deal with. The guy at Winco was really awesome. The people I dealt with at it's a good thing I'm in this lane. I would have had to move over for that EMS anyway. Throw your lights on, clear the way. Let's just roll through here. Let's do it. Everybody was really nice. That's normal. Like most of the shippers and receivers I deal with, the USA truck, are really nice. I rarely ever deal with people that are rude, which is completely the opposite of what it was like 15 years ago when I was in the industry. Everybody I dealt with was rude, condescending, patronizing. They talked to me like I was dumb. Here's coming. Whoa, yeah, that guy's going like 100 miles an hour. Check that out. 2 people racing. I wasn't going to try to move over to let them by. They were going too damn fast. I'm just going to hold my position while 2 dumbasses race down 44 through Tulsa. Well, I guess they're going to let us know if there are any cops up ahead. What's the term that a rabbit? Those are our rabbits. Those are our cop detectors. Whenever you have somebody that's speeding in front of you, it's generally what I've always referred to them as, what I it's like forever ago, somebody called them rabbits. So yeah, and Kimberly Clark, no surprises on the load. I think the load was listed at around 13,000 pounds on the load board. It ended up being 17 something, so a little heavier. No big deal. It's still in the ballpark. It pisses me off whenever I would get a trip plan and it would say like it was 15,000 pounds. You get there, it's 45,000 pounds. Yeah, whenever you're going over to pick up an Anheuser-Busch and the load is listed at 5,000 pounds even, you know that's just a placeholder weight. You're not getting a 5,000 pound load out of Anheuser-Busch or Niagara bottled water, or like you can tell from most of these shippers like what kind of weights you're going to get. Now paper loads, paper places like Georgia Pacific, Kimberly Clark, what's the other big one? Procter & Gamble? Is that another big paper place? I don't know. There's several big paper places, and it's just a crapshoot on the weights on those things, because paper products like I'm hauling, toilet paper, napkins, paper plates, they're light. But raw paper, wow, those are max weight loads. Speed limit's 60, and I think this guy's pegged right on 60. I've got my cruise set at 61, and I'm just inching by him. Thinking about pushing down on the throttle and easing on by a little bit faster than what I'm doing. Actually, I think he's going slower than 60 because there's a 2 to 3 mile per hour difference between us. So I think he's going like 58. Yeah, I'll make it by him eventually. I've caught up with him so far. Okay, after hour and weekend dispatchers, driver managers, whatever they want to call themselves. I hope this guy doesn't see that these two lanes are the ones for 44, and he's just like, man, I gotta get over there. Because whenever I see that stuff, I tend to start trying to get over there, because sometimes the lane that's not listed as the interstate that you want to be on will just disappear. It'll just exit all of a sudden or something. But I'm gonna push throttle down a little bit, slide on by this guy. It's not helping much going, oh, the speed limit just bumped up to 65. See, I don't even have to speed to speed up and get around him. Just went from 60 to 65. That guy's probably governed, he looked like an owner-op. Actually, no, it was Green something. What was it? Green? I forgot the name of the company. Green something. So it might not be an owner-op. Just driving for a small carrier. Yeah, we're way by him now. It took him a while to get up to that speed limit change to 65. Maybe I was blocking the sign. He couldn't see that speed limit sign. And there was a speed limit sign on the left. I suspect there was one on the right as well. Maybe not. Maybe he didn't realize it bumped up to 65. A lot of these people driving at this hour, they are really fatigued and they're just like zoned out. Oh shit, what's this? Construction? We're gonna drop back down. We just went up to 65. What are we going down to? Way to put the speed limit sign behind the work zone sign. Oh, it's still 65. You couldn't see the damn sign until you got right up on it because the work zone sign was blocking it. Pretty nice. From what I remember, the last few times I've been through Tulsa, it's been down to like one lane through here. So they've got it opened up. Either that or I haven't made it to the bad construction area yet. I'm going to have to take a 30. There is roughly an hour and a half difference between my drive time and my work or my break time, my rest period. So I can either end my day when I need to take my rest period, or at some point I can take a 30 and drive an extra hour and a half. Now it's supposedly something like 10 hours of total drive time from Kimberly Clark to my destination. Left lane closed dead. See, yeah, I jinxed myself. Speaking of, I just left Jinx, Tulsa, so pun right there. Speed limit's dropped down to 55, and we're going down to, I don't know if we're going to one lane or we're just losing the left lane. I don't know what the deal is with these right lanes. I don't know if they continue on or, okay, yeah. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if that's what you should be doing, bro. I think that's an exit that you're doing. This guy's going to whip back over. Yeah. That's an exit that he's in. He's going to, or he's just going to take that fucking exit. Yeah, he's going to take that exit. Oh. And there were two lanes that continued on. Let's pump the brakes here a little bit. This looks like some windy turn here. There we go. Yep, I just hadn't made it here yet. I knew that this construction existed. I think I'll go ahead and get over in the right-hand lane. I'm gonna like pretend the speed limit's 55, but honestly, I didn't see a speed limit change. I saw like suggested speeds for the turns, but I don't recall a speed limit change. It might still be 65, but you know what? I'm just gonna do 55. There's a truck coming up on me hard. He's still doing 65. But that's about the end of Tulsa. I think I'm on the outer edges of Tulsa. I might not be in this. I might still be in the city limits, but I'm not in the city anymore. Or am I? Alright, what's going on here? Okay, are we getting back over onto our side of the road? Yeah, let's pump the brakes for this windy little turn here. And let's just float through it. And that's how you do that. Oh man, I think this is the 44 interchange here where I might need to take an exit here pretty soon. Speed limit 65. Okay, in 2 miles, I'm going to use the right 2 lanes to take the 44 east exit toward Joplin. So 44 east, Joplin, 1.5 miles, turnpike. Yep. Unfortunately, that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to pay some damn tolls. Oh, okay, I got a response to my message. So I messaged earlier asking about the, so we need some new lanes. Where are these new lanes? I should go ahead and throw them on my indicator. I know these new lanes are going to pop up anytime soon. We get new lanes, go to the right. Fuck, that didn't help. I think my lights are pointed up in the air or something. East Joplin, right-hand lane. I guess that was the exit. Oh no, it's up here. There we go. Claremore and Joplin. 60-mile-per-hour exit. Continue for 379 miles, says Google. So So they responded back to me, and it's typical after hours and weekend dispatcher, driver manager, worthless POS, whatever they want to call themselves, crap that they gave me. They just replied back and said, if you don't remember my message, what I was asking them was, it was a drop and hook. It wasn't delivering until the 7th on Tuesday, but it was going back down to Oklahoma City. So because I'm having difficulty finding loads over the weekend to keep me rolling, I was thinking, I'd just grab that, go back to Oklahoma City, chill for the weekend, make that delivery, and roll hard next week. But it has to pick up by 1 a.m. today, like a couple hours ago was the pickup time. But it's a drop and hook on the pickup. It's a live unload, but it's a hook preloaded trailer on the pickup. So I'm like, why do they have this set time? And I checked the facility, and it's a 24-hour facility. It's a 24/7 facility. Now, they may be closed for the holiday, but they should still be open on Friday. So I messaged, driver managers. I'm like, hey, what's the deal on this load? I'm showing that it's a drop and hook, but it's scheduled to pick up at 1 a.m. Like, can I pick it up on Friday? And they replied back to me and said, I show it picks up at 1300, which is 1 p.m., which is not what it's 1 a.m. The person doesn't, understand time. It's just kind of useless crap that you get out of these after-hour and weekend driver managers. 75. Let me get my cruise control set. And I am going to set it at 75 because I want to be on the ETAs of what this is projecting. I don't want to show up late. So I am going to set it at 75. We're going to do 75. But we're not going to do 75 for very long because this interstate only lasts until Missouri, which is not very far from here. And then once we go into Missouri, it turns into a regular interstate, and I'm pretty sure it drops down to 70. And we don't see anything higher than 70 throughout the rest of the drive. And I think once we get into Illinois, as you get closer and closer to Chicago, the truck speed limit gets down to 55, 60 miles an hour. So enjoy the 75 while we can, make up some time. But the after hours and weekend driver managers are just worthless. So I hate getting any, I don't pull loads at night unless I absolutely have to, because if I request a load on the load board, the after hours and weekend driver managers are so bad, they will screw up putting the load on me, and I'll have to message them, the daytime driver managers, and get them to correct it. It's just a huge waste of time to do anything with the after hour and weekend driver managers. They are really worthless. So, most likely what's going to happen is they're going to repost that load because it's past the pickup time at this point. They're either going to repost the load or they're just going to leave the load posted as is. And whenever we get to Friday, or whenever I get to the point where I make this delivery, if that load's still posted there, then I'm going to request it. And then I'll go over there and pick it up and go back to Oklahoma City. Unless I find something better, that's probably what I'm going to do, is just go back to Oklahoma City and spend the weekend. You know what? This is one of the reasons that I love being an owner-operator or an independent contractor or a lease operator, whatever in the hell you want to call it, with access to a load board where I'm picking my own loads. This is so much better than having somebody else pick loads for me, because I guarantee you what they would do is there would be shit for loads on this holiday weekend, and they would just end up having me set for 3 days at a truck stop. Whereas Whereas since I have access to the load board and I can see that there isn't going to be shit for loads over the weekend, I could just grab a load, go back to my house, and hang out at my house for the weekend. That's a much better plan than chilling at the truck stop all weekend. And especially with a delivery in town, that means that I can basically drop the trailer at the delivery place and not have to pay to park the trailer all weekend. So let's switch gears here. I'm just giving you some awesome driving footage. That's what this video is, driving footage video. But I'll talk about some stuff while we're driving. Is that a dump truck? That looks like a damn dump truck. It's either a box truck or a dump truck. One of the people I follow on YouTube, now I've made a couple of videos talking about all these people that I watch, all these YouTube truckers or truckers on YouTube, whatever, that I watch, and so many of them are like quitting the industry or taking local jobs or getting fired or whatever. Here's another one that got fired. Kayla Taylor, I think is her name. She's driven for like a couple of different companies since I've been watching her on YouTube. She was doing U.S. Foods, local delivery stuff for a while I was watching her. Most of the time I've watched her, she's been a U.S. Express driver. I think she lives down in Florida. She lives in Florida, and her and her girlfriend teamed together over the road with U.S. Express. Well, she got fired recently. Go check out her videos on it. So the short version of the story, from what I can remember, is U.S. Express is governed at, I believe, 66 miles an hour, if I remember correctly. She got busted for going 80 in the truck, and they put her on a 6-month probation. Now, I don't know what the time difference is between like these occurrences. I think it was only about a month, maybe 2 months apart, but she got put on probation for going 80, and then she got called into the office again, and they wouldn't tell her why. But she had a video where she was sitting there just constantly getting harassed and messaged, telling her she needs to go into the office and talk with so-and-so. And she was just, being lackadaisical. She was going around and taking a shower, and she was just eating and just hanging out, doing all kinds of stuff, when she was supposed there was this HR person waiting to talk with her. But anyway, there, you can go watch the videos on it to see what happened. But she got called in, and they basically just terminated her. There wasn't a conversation. It was just, we're going to have to let you go because you were on probation for speeding, and you were speeding again. I think they busted her going 80 again. Now, for anybody that doesn't know, anybody who's in the industry or thinking about getting in the industry, and for whatever reason you have not been told about the monitoring equipment in these trucks. Most companies that I know of are upfront about the alerts that these trucks create. Not every company is upfront about that stuff. USA Truck was not 100% upfront. There are typically 2 speed thresholds on these trucks. Has nothing to do with the speed limit. Now, there are things that monitor the speed limit and can tell if you're speeding based on the speed limit. But these 2 things I'm talking about have absolutely nothing to do with the speed limit. There is, I forgot what exactly they're called. One of them is called an excessive overspeed. I think one of them may just be called an overspeed, and the other one is an excessive overspeed. So what an overspeed is what most companies set it to is generally 3 to 5 miles per hour over your governed speed. So Schneider is governed at like 25 miles an hour, and their overspeed triggers 3 or 4 miles per hour over what they're governed at. Now, Schneider's actually governed at like 63. Now, I'm not going to get into a big conversation about Schneider's governed speed. They're just, I couldn't drive for Schneider just because of their governed speed. But their governed speed is based on the fleet tree and all kinds of different things. But a normal over-the-road driver is governed at 63. And an overspeed happens at approximately 67, I believe. And I'm not sure if it triggers at 67 or 68. But that's a normal overspeed. And excessive overspeed is going like 80 miles an hour. It's basically 15 over your governed speed is what most companies set it as, that I know of. Like USA Truck, they didn't tell us anything about a regular overspeed during orientation. My trainer told me that USA Truck was governed at 65 at the time. They're now governed at 70, but at the time, my trainer told me that if we hit 71 in the truck, then he'll get in trouble. It'll create an alert and he'll get in trouble. So that tells me that the overspeed was set at 70 miles per hour at USA Truck, which is 5 miles per hour over the governed speed. So if you hit 71, it just creates an alert. Now that's just something that they talk to you about. In orientation, Don said that these things will trigger a critical alert, which I believe is called an excessive overspeed, if you ever hit 80 miles per hour in one of these trucks. So he said, don't use Georgia overdrive on these trucks. Motherfucker's just rolling with his damn brights on. Jeez. He finally turned them off. I put maybe he could see me put my hand up to cover up my fucking eyes. Yeah, he's probably fatigued, so they're just driving with his fucking brights on. There was a guy I was passing that had their brights on. But yeah, that's an excessive overspeed, and at most companies that I'm aware of, it is immediate termination if you have an excessive overspeed. Now, a normal overspeed, which is usually about 5 miles per hour over the governed speed limit, or the governed speed of the truck, but it's programmed, like, you'd have to check with your company to find out what it's set at, because it's something that they just program in. They can set it whatever the hell they want. But generally, a regular overspeed, 5 miles an hour over your governed speed. An excessive overspeed is generally 80 miles per hour. If they catch you going 80 miles per hour, it's going to trigger an excessive overspeed or critical event. And Don in orientation for USA Truck said that it's just immediate termination. There's no talking about it. You're just going to be immediately terminated if you trigger one of those. There's no excuse for going 80 miles per hour in a truck governed at 65. Now my truck's governed at 87, so I'm going 75 right now. So I am on downhills hitting 78, 79 miles an hour right now. But as a company driver, if they were to hit 80 miles per hour, or if I were to opt to have that crap installed and all that monitoring equipment installed in my truck, which they just sent out a message today, trying to talk people into installing cameras in their trucks. Yeah, they go fuck themselves on that. For 1%. So if you install the collision avoidance system in your truck, I think it's 2%. You get 2% more of the. So instead of getting 65%, you get like 67%. And if you let them install the camera, you get 1%. So if you do both, you get 68% instead of 65%. Fuck that. And here's the other thing about it, is that you have to pay a subscription of like $13 or $14 a week for the camera. So yeah, they're going to throw a 1% at you, which I don't know how much that's going to equate to. Maybe $50 a week or something if you're rolling pretty hard. If you're not, running really, really hard, then maybe 20 or $30 extra a week is what that 1% will be. And that's going straight back into the subscription to rent that device. That is so stupid. Why in the hell would anybody opt to have one of those damn cameras in their truck? I don't understand. Because it's just a harassment tool. It's really frustrating to have those in the truck. But yeah, I'm not letting them put a camera in my damn truck. It's one of the reasons I became an owner-operator, so I wouldn't have to, deal with the cameras and the collision avoidance systems and all the rest of that shit. I still have stuff beeping at me that I'm not sure what it is that's beeping at me. But I'm going to figure out how to turn that crap off. Is there anything else before I end this monologue? It's just driving footage, but the driving footage has probably gone to crap since we're out here in the middle of nowhere. I tried to start it up while it's still in Tulsa, so you'd have something to look at. But now it's just nothing. I need to get these headlights something. I don't know what I need to do to these headlights. Clean the lenses. These headlights suck. I've been thinking about buying some aftermarket LED headlights because I really love driving at night, and these headlights suck. I've seen aftermarket LED headlights. You basically just replace the entire headlight assembly, and I've seen them for sale. I want to say for around $300. And I'm not sure if that's the entire set or just one side. But if I get an entire set for $300 and they're really good bright lights, then that is worth it. Because these OEM ones, I don't know how much they are. I'm guessing they're about $1,000 a piece. So it costs, these things are like $2,000. And I would be more than happy to eBay these bitches for $300 a piece. And then just buy the aftermarket ones. I don't know, I would have the aftermarket ones installed first, see how I like them, see how good they are, and then eBay off these things. How can you screw up a damn headlamp? There's not a whole lot to it. It's just a damn light bulb in there. So I don't know. Probably going to do that, and I'll just go down to TA and pay TA to install the things for me, because I don't want to get out there and sweat my ass off doing it. With me being overweight, though, that's probably what I should be doing, is all the work on this truck to lose some damn weight. But we're about to pass somebody. Going up a little hill, 74 miles per hour. I haven't been able to go over like any mountains with the truck, and I've never turned the truck off of eco mode. So as far as pulling power with this truck, I'm not really sure what the full beast mode pulling power of this truck is. But these are little bitty hills, and I'm at like 17,000 pounds in the trailer, and it's slowly, slowing down. I'm down to 72 right now. So I got my cruise set at 75. I just hit 71 going up this little hill. So for it to drop very little speed, going, in this high of a gear, going this speed, that's pretty damn good pulling power. On a line of truck. Liter of cola, a line of truck. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start looking for a rest area. In a couple of hours. Pull over to rest area, take a 30 so I can drive out my full drive time, because I want to have as much of my drive time available as possible whenever I make this delivery, so that I can get way the hell away from Chicago ASAP. And I hope Kimberly Clark doesn't give me any grief about delivering this thing early. I don't think they will. Because technically I'm not supposed to deliver this until after 12:01 a.m. Friday morning. But I think I'm going to be there. You know what? I'm not going to be there much earlier than that. Maybe an hour or two earlier than that. So it's not going to be a big deal, because I have to take a 10 before I get there. If I were able to drive it straight through, like if I were in Tulsa, this trip is possible in a single drive shift if I would have been in Tulsa with all my hours available when I picked up this load. But I had to drive from Oklahoma City and do a live load and then a live unload, and that burned up quite a bit of my time. So I'm going to be a couple hours short of being able to drive this thing all the way to Chicago. But I think that's about it for the video. The scenery is probably not much to look at. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.